Hey YouTube, Dan Ottawa here, the best 3rd/4th tier Pokemon Go battler in the world. And before I start, just want to say thanks everyone for all your comments on the last video. Uh, Not so much the team, but the 3,000 subscribers hitting that was awesome. And lots of you have commented saying you want to be add to my friends list. So I'll just give it a couple more days to anyone else who wants to comment on that video. I'll link it above. To comment if you want to become my friend, and then I'm going to choose a couple people to add to a friend list as sort of a thank you to all of my subscribers. Today, I tried 5 teams out. I did one set with each team because I wanted to just. There was a couple other teams I still wanted to try, and then I wanted to mix and match based on like my best Pokemon. So I put out a short yesterday night about my double steel, double flyer line, which is the one that dominated for me last season. So I tried that, did okay with that. I think it was like 3-2. And then I tried another one with, I think I kind of used Meta instead. I switched Metachamp. So yesterday I used Metachamp, Galarian Stunfisk, or 2 days ago. Yesterday used Metachamp, Galarian Stunfisk, Venusaur. This I tried Metachamp as a Venusaur. And then this one, Cofagrius, was the one I went 4-1 with. So I wanted to show you some of those battles, just to show you how it works, and then how obviously it doesn't work, which you have a guess of how it doesn't work when you see a dark on the lead. So let's just get into the battles here. So what I really like about Cofagrius, and I switched it to Psychic because exactly for this matchup here, or I guess I have not switched it at this point. I did end up switching it. I think after this match I switched it to Psychic because what I find is you really, and they swapped to an Umbreon, which is fine because I have my Azu to deal with this. What I find with Cofagrius with the Dark Pulse is the energy is not much less. It's like I think 5 less energy. So it sometimes works like as a bait move, but you don't save that much energy. But Psychic, like if you Shadow Ball, obviously does well against certain Pokemon, but like in that matchup there against the Nidoqueen, having a Psychic to be able to potentially one-shot it's much more valuable than just having a Dark Pulse on it to be able to get a little bait extra energy there. So that's why I changed it to Psychic after this matchup. This matchup, they come in and give up Switch here back, because I guess which is fine, because now I'm going to grab a shield and then be able to take this out. And I know they're trying to line up their Umbreon here against my Cofagrius. But that's okay, like, because I have 2 things. And this is why I still like Venusaur, because Venusaur has great coverage outside flyers. It still hits super hard in most neutral matchups. So they go 2 shields. So this one, I almost gets the Dark Pulse. They're going to take me out, which is fine. I think I'll probably just come in Venusaur and start getting head on energy here. I'll probably just shield up whatever just because I am a Shadow. And as you can see, like those poison jabs are already doing a decent amount. I don't want to take a Poison Fang here. So out comes the Umbreon. I kind of expected a snipe, so I was ready for it. I have 1 shield. I think my play is just to go Venusaur 1 shield in the back. Hopefully I could just get an Ice Beam off here and take out whatever's in the back with the Venusaur. So this should take it out. Out comes, they may come out with a Nidoqueen and it's a Scrafty. So double dark, and I think this is my opponent made a mistake here. You definitely should have just ramped up and had the foul play, because then it would have at least forced me. But now they're dry on energy and the power punches aren't going to do anything. So at this point I could just farm down. I've got to be aware of a sack swap. So that's why I'm just going for the aggressive farm down, because I know there's sort of like only, I don't even think it's a win condition, but the only play is to sack swap, and they tried to do it there, but they were already done. So take it out. So pretty easy win. Good alignment. Again, Nidoqueen, Cofagrius is not an amazing matchup, but if they bait the Poison Fang and you call it, it's a pretty easy win. And Stunfisk, this is an incredible matchup. I actually get hit with, so yeah, I remember this game, because what happened there is, yes, you saw correctly. While they were attacking, like 3 to 4 mud shots, I got lagged out. So they are way ahead of me on energy, at least 3 to 4. I correctly showed up in the Earthquake, and what you're going to see here is, even though I'm just throwing straight Shadow Balls, I do get the benefit of them going double Earthquake here and shielding them up both properly here. So if they baited, it would have been a different story. But despite them going 3 mud shots ahead, I still outpaced to the 3rd Shadow Ball before they get to the 3rd Earthquake here. So that's huge. So I'm able to take this out before they get to the move. So a great matchup to have here. Cofagrius right there on the lead. So that was amazing. Putting in the work. Out comes a Jellicent. And Jellicent has a good matchup, but not if I get to the move first. So goodbye Jellicent. Cofagrius is running through this team. There we go. Takes it out, and Altaria in the back, which they just insta quit when they're down, which is I had Azu, so you were in trouble anyways. So this is an interesting matchup here because I'm doing great with the Shadow Claws. I have to worry about a Shadow Ball from them because that'd be super effective. They are getting to the moves much quicker than I am. Out comes an Azu, so I'm down a shield. The problem is I'm going to have to shield, so I know I don't want to have to shield up, so I'm going to throw this, hoping to take this out. But the problem is I don't even think this takes it out. No, it's just short. Oh, and they get caught. So there we go. That's great. Out comes the Frostlass. I'm just going to throw this here because this will do a lot of chip damage, if not take it out completely. So throwing this, they're going to probably shield. They have to. And this is what I was worried about. And they do properly here. Just before we get to the next frenzy, they throw. And it's going to take me out. So they're loaded with energy. So I think I got to come in here. I do have a move, which is perfect. So I can throw. Now the question is, can I Shadow Claw down before they go back to back here? Because I think I have to. Because even if I get to a Shadow Ball, I don't think it's worth throwing it, or I'll just come and get farm after with Azu if they do take me out. So I'm just going to go for the aggressive farm down, and they realize, I guess they realize that it would have been a lot closer than I think it was, but okay, here we go. This was the loss, and Umbreon, and they switch into their Azu. So Umbreon Azu core is a pretty good, I think Umbreon Azu, no. Was that my last team? My last team I used Umbreon, and it did pretty well. And I think it was an Azu Umbreon core. And why I like it is because like Umbreon, you just play off each other's weaknesses, right? Because Umbreon is obviously weak to fighting, which Azu can deal with. And then, well, Umbreon doesn't really cover Azu's weakness, but for example, Azu has a bad matchup against Jellicent. So Umbreon obviously has a great matchup against that. Same thing with sort of like, I don't know what other hard matchups, like Venusaur and stuff like that, but Umbreon doesn't have an amazing matchup against it. It can hang with them. The problem with my matchup here is that they have Play Rough, like most do in the swap. I run it with Hydro Pump and an Ice Beam, so I don't have a move. They shield it up there, so we're down to 1. I did bait there, which is smart on my part. But the problem is I still need to get switched, and they give a switch, which is huge. But now, what you're going to see here is in the back, they have Gramble. And I'm like, okay, this is okay, because I can line this here, and then I can line my Venusaur with their Umbreon. So perfect. But what you're going to see here is that because the Umbreon is so tanky, and oh yeah, that's what happened. They had Psychic. I was going to say, I thought it was because it was so in a neutral matchup with Umbreon ahead on energy, you will win against the Venusaur anyways. So just keep that in mind. Even if they go foul plays, the fact that they went Psychic makes it much worse for me. So they have a shield. They're just gonna be able to charm me down. And the Dark is, so this team is not bad. I think I just give up here because I know it's over. Do I even bother shooting? Yeah, I do shield. I'm just gonna get charmed down anyways. Again, Cofagrius, this is why you wish you had Sableye, because just when you run into a Dark, you just have absolutely no shot, and then you need to run around. And Azu and Venusaur are not the best to run around with. They're not amazing safe swaps. So go down there, and that's it. And I think there was another win in there, but I just didn't bother uploading it. So yeah, that's it. That's the team. Did the best on the day here. I did try one with Umbreon. I'm still not set on this team. I'm going to still play around a couple more days. I got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 more days to deal with this great league. So I'm going to try a few more combos, try and find something I like. So what I'm finding, like, I'm really liking Venusaur. I'm not going to lie. I really like Venusaur. I think I'm going to try and build a team around Venusaur just tweak because I really like it in neutral matchups. You saw it the other day, Metacham and Sableye. It pretty much one-shot Sableye too. So it's great if you can get like an energy advantage on it in a neutral matchup. So I want to build around that. It's just pairing it with stuff like the Galarian Stunfisk double weak to fire, but you could deal with it. I don't want to weaken stuff. I want it all, right? Why I like this one was because I want something that my ideal Great League team is something that is not weak to fighting, because there's a lot of counter users, but also something that can both deal with Galarian Stunfisk and Bastiodon, because I hate getting walled by those two. So that's why I kind of went this team, because Azu and Venusaur can deal with those two, and they can deal with counter users, and same thing with Cofagrius. Obviously deals with the counter users, but except for Scrafty, but has an okay matchup, not a good matchup. Like, I mean, the good matchup against Galarian Stunfisk, as we saw, but not a great matchup against Bastiodon. But so still gonna tweak, but that's my sort of philosophy around a Great League team. When I try and build it, I try and build to avoid counter users and to deal with Galarian Stunfisk and Bastiodon. So that's a little tough to do, but I'm tweaking. I'm getting there. Anyways, heading into the weekend, so throw out a few more shorts, try and continue to bring in the views and new subscribers. And Monday I'm either gonna if I get a team that really works and I do really, really well run ELO, I'll showcase it Monday. If not, I'll go over some Ultra League teams in advance of the Ultra League starting on Monday. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys then.